Don't be afraid to ask. That is the message of this week's Money Monday with Kyle Wingfield. He is the president of Finley Alexander Wealth Management and joins us now with more. Thanks so much for being with us.
Always love to be here.
So I like that concept of don't be afraid to ask, because I think when it comes to our financial planning, a lot of times we don't want to sound like we don't know what's going on, but we're also lay people. So we're going to a financial specialist so that they can actually help us out. Do you encounter that with some of your clients?
Oh yeah, I think what people are so used to is one when we're having conversations like this, we're using regular language, regular words. I think so many times you go see specialists, whether in the medical profession or any profession, and they're so accustomed to communicating amongst themselves, they'll use jargon. Now, people, they understand that, but they're talking to you and you're looking like, what did you just say, or whatever. And it's interesting when you're dealing with someone who's picking up on that. They know how to translate jargon to regular people speak, and they're like, oh, this is what this means. You're like, okay, thanks. Okay, it's not a big deal.
Why do you think that they use so much jargon just to begin with? I would think they'd want to break it down for lay people.
You would think so, right? But I think there's two parts to that. One, I think people don't realize that they get into a rhythm of speaking in jargon, and so that's just how they speak, and then they turn and they realize, oh wow, you're not the doctor or the financial professional. You're, oh, okay, yeah, patient or client. I think the other part is, I mean, let's be frank, some people like to just, big words make them feel good and makes them sound like they're smart. And the smartest thing to do is keep it simple.
That is very true. They do think that is very impressive, and you're just like, just get to the point already. So one of the buzzwords that people hear when they meet with financial advisors, just starting off, is asset allocation. Describe what that means and why it's so important.
Okay, so asset allocation, I mean, most folks think of assets, money. Where's my money? Allocation is how much amount. It sounds good, and I understand that not all assets are considered money. So that's probably why they give it such a general term. But nonetheless, regular folks like us, we just think, okay, where's the money? Where is it, right? How much, right? Yeah. So that's what they like to use, that fancy term to describe amount and where.
And so for you were saying when it comes to asset allocation that basically people should be asking their financial advisors for a map of where their money is. And you had a really good example that you used before we got started with this interview, sort of about like, if I were to have a house in two different locations. Can you sum that up again?
Yeah, I can. So there's two things there. When you hear asset allocation, I like to say, stop that. Let's just talk about location, asset location. Where is your stuff, right? Where is your stuff? So let's get away from money and think about homes. Let's say you're fortunate enough to have two homes. Now, if you've got some family heirlooms and you have a home here in Maryland, Central Maryland or whatever, and then you've got one on the Florida coast, we all know you're going to put some nice stuff in the Florida coast, but we know hurricanes can afflict Florida. Now, where are you going to put the family heirlooms, Elsa?
Not with the hurricane.
Right, you're putting it in Maryland. So the idea is asset location, because in the end, where your stuff is matters. So if you have all your eggs in one basket, all of it sitting over there in Florida, and the hurricane comes and wrecks it, that's a really bad day, and probably bad couple of days, weeks, months, years potentially. Whereas if you're sitting in Maryland, hurricane hits your Florida house, you're looking at TV, Weather Channel, and you're like, oh, that's my roof. That's a bad day, but you're sitting back in Maryland. Hey, property and casualty guy, hey, listen, my roofs, I just saw it fly on TV. So the idea is, if that were your money,
yes,
you're not happy when you lose money. No one ever is. But if all of it was getting wrecked, that would change your life. So think about where the money is, asset location.
I love the way you break this down for people just so that they understand the concept. Of course, people are going to watch this. They're going to want to get in touch with you so they can get even more information. What website should they use?
Just go to finleyalexander.com.
All right. Kyle Wingfield, thank you so much for being back for this Money Monday. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.